Let's go to Tyler. It's in the city. What up, Tyler?
Hey, what's going on, gang? Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing?
Oh, man, you up early today, man.
Hey,
You ready? Are you out there
Tyler.
in Drive City today?
Bro, I'm pulling up on you. You know I'm pulling up on you at Drive City today. I already put in the PTO at work. Look,
Tyler,
I
before you
want-
continue.
about that Giannis situation yesterday, I feel like if Steph Curry was in that same instance and had got knocked out by the lower seed, they would be slandering him. Honestly, I feel like if we lost to the Kings, they would be slandering Steph.
For sure.
And I just feel like Giannis really dodges the smoke.
He does.
And people still want to call him the best in the world. Like, how do y'all feel about that situation?
Well, Tyler, before I answer that, I hope you're going to play Fallen Jedi, which got released late last night on PS5. Hit me up, ButcherBoy415. But I will answer that question for you. I mean, look, Giannis is a protected man. We don't criticize him the way we criticize Steph Curry because I think he's a couple levels below Steph Curry. And that's not a knock on Giannis.
Well, let's break this down.
I'm talking about resume.
Yeah, let's break
His
this down.
resume is a few notches
but
down.
hold on. Let's break this down. This guy's a DPOY.
Uh-huh.
He's a two-time MVP, won back-to-back MVPs.
Could have won 3.
Right.
Could have.
All right. A lot of people say he's the best player in the world.
Yeah.
He's a finalist for the MVP award this year. Mm-hmm. Tyler's right on the money.
What's that?
If this was Steph, if this was LeBron,
I don't deny this, yes.
if this was Kevin Durant, the dialogue will be completely different.
James Harden.
And you know what? I'm going to play the soundbite from Kobe Bryant. When Kobe Bryant and the LA Lakers lost to the Boston Celtics in the finals, they got smoked in 6. Listen to Kobe Bryant, who already had 3 championship rings in his pocket. Listen to what Kobe Bryant said about the season.
Kobe, you won the MVP, you led the team to the finals. How do you characterize this season?
Well, I mean, the goal was to win a championship. You know, it wasn't to win MVP or anything like that. It was to win a championship. So, you know, from that aspect, we failed.
And from that aspect, we failed. Now, listen to Giannis. Listen to Giannis the other day after the Bucks lost in 5. They lost in 5 to a team that had to play in a second play-in game. Hell, they lost their first play-in game, had to survive against Chicago, lost Tyler Hero, and lost in 5. 5 games. Here's Giannis.
Do you view this season as a failure?
Oh my God. You asked me the same question last year. Okay. Do you get the promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, provide the house for them, or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure? That's what you're telling me? No, I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? Okay, exactly. So why you asking me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports.
All right. I get what he's trying to say there. I do. And I was watching Inside the NBA. They had a great dialogue about it. Shaq said, in the 16 years I did win a championship, the expectations that were levied onto me, yes, it was a failure.
He was a failure in Orlando.
He was a failure in Orlando.
When they didn't win it all. And Nick Anderson famously,
Right.
to this day, is getting crushed. Keep going.
It's a failure.
Yeah.
You got swept by San Antonio, Utah in the playoffs as
Detroit Pistons beat
Detroit Pistons beat you at 5. That was a failure.
Yeah.
When they lost in the Eastern Conference Finals in Detroit in Game 7 at home, they failed to meet expectations. Now Giannis is saying there's steps. Well, you guys took a massive step back. All right, to win a championship 2 years ago, losing the second round last year where you got your asses blown out in Game 7. I get it. You got the pass for Chris Middleton not being healthy. But you were back for Miami. Miami was back without one of their most important scorers on their team in Tyler Hero. And he flipped it on the reporter. Now, everybody's getting on the reporter up there in Milwaukee, and everybody, that reporter shouldn't ask the question. What do you mean he shouldn't ask the question?
It's his job.
It's his job.
Yeah, to ask the tough
How would
questions.
you characterize the season?
Yeah.
With the expectations that you had, with the best record in the NBA. Now, I get what Giannis was trying to say. I understand him. Hey, man, I don't think there's any failure in sports. No, there is. There is. You telling me the Niners not winning the Super Bowl in 1990 when Joe Montana got hurt? A lot of Niner fans will tell you we failed that year.
Did they say it the second after the game? I don't know. I'm asking. I
guarantee you, Eddie DeBartolo broke a TV.
Oh, for sure. But also, Montana got hurt, which is what happened with Giannis in this situation.
But
he
you
got
had
hit.
Steve Young. Steve Young, who a lot of people thought should be starting.
Well, Steve didn't fumble. It was Roger Craig.
Roger Craig who fumbled.
You know, and they didn't put up enough points in that game. They got beat by a better defense on that particular day.
But I guarantee you, Bridge Jones will say right now, we failed that year to meet expectations.
Yeah, probably.
Them are the rules.
Yeah.
We didn't make them. And so why does, and it's interesting because Kobe Bryant said that, and we're going to get to Paul in Redwood City. I want to hear his thoughts on that. Since Giannis, it feels like he's getting a lot more respect than our American-born players. This guy, I get it. He's Nigerian. He played in Greece. He grew up in Greece.
Well, we like him.
I get all that. We like him.
But
and
he's earned that.
Steph is lovable.
Uh-huh.
What was the talk in 2016 after he won 73 games and took the Cavaliers to a Game 7 despite running on fumes?
Oh, he was destroyed. And because they lost the 3-1 lead.
Destroyed.
Hell,
Steph had to prove himself last year to win a championship without Kevin Durant. Think about that. In the eyes of many.
Yes.
Which was silly.
Yes.
I didn't believe that. I thought he was a made man. But he had to go out there and win that championship. But since it's Giannis, we're going to, hey, you know what? It's okay. There's no failure in sports. So there is for certain teams. Like Orlando, I wouldn't call their season a failure. They're growing, right? Oklahoma City going to the play-in.
Yeah.
They didn't make the playoffs, but they took steps. It's not a failure.
The year the Warriors lost to the Spurs in their first playoff run with that particular
That's not a failure.
No, it wasn't a failure.
There's steps to the process.
Exactly. The next year when they lost to the Clippers,
that was a step back.
It was a step back.
And Mark Jackson paid for that.
I'm not sure if that was a failure, but looking back on it, I could see why someone would say that.
But Mark Jackson paid for it.
He did. But there was a lot of reasons why he paid for it.
Yeah, no doubt. That was just one of many.
Yes, agreed. So, I look back at the Harbaugh era, okay? They didn't win a championship, Bonte. Was that a failure?
Yes.
God, was it? I mean, dude, they
okay, you talking about, okay.
I'm talking about Jim Harbaugh with the Niners. Was that a failure?
Nah, that first year wasn't a failure. It was like, damn, that's a great year.
They didn't win it all. And I'm so bummed and I'm disappointed. I just don't view that, all that fun and all that. Am I heartbroken? Of course.
Disappointing.
Did I want to win it? Yeah. But it's not a failure.
But by year 3.
I guess my hang up is the word failure.
Yeah.
Failure means everything went wrong.
Right.
And there was nothing salvageable. Now, I understand what you're saying. You have these windows. I look at Aaron Rodgers' career, right now. He's got the one Super Bowl.
Right.
Is everything else that he's accomplished kind of a failure? No, it's a huge letdown.
It's a huge. They've had a lot of failures in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Losing in the second round to the New York Giants.
A lot of them.
Losing to the 49ers at home in a divisional round.
For me to say that he is a failure or that's hard for me. That to me, I'm hung up on the word failure. But I understand people saying that. I just know these journeys because I'm not a professional athlete, but when you go on these journeys and you get to a certain spot and you get to the doorstep and you're right on the precipice, to say that all the other stuff that you accomplished to get to that door is null and void because you didn't win it, I get frustrated.
I don't think anybody is saying Giannis is a failure. I don't think anybody's saying that at all.
No. I'm saying
but we're saying how your season went and how it ended, that's a failure.
Your season
personally,
I'll meet you halfway.
Personally, you had a great year.
Yeah.
Did Chris Middleton have a great year? No.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Brook Lopez did.
Brook Lopez did. Bobby Portis, inconsistent.
No, very inconsistent.
Pat Connaughton, inconsistent. Grayson Allen, inconsistent.
Yeah.
They didn't.
But would you also say this when I look at Giannis, you're asking, and Giannis is a great player.
Right.
But I put Giannis in the Drew Brees bucket if we're comparing quarterbacks. I don't compare Drew Brees to where I put Pat Mahomes is being judged on Brady now.
Right.
He's on a whole other. Steph Curry is being judged on Jordan and LeBron James, right? There's a level down for Giannis, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. You've got to win multiple championships to put yourself in the upper echelon conversations.
Think about Pat Mahomes when he lost to the Bucks. A lot of people said they failed.
Yeah, and I know.
Which is crazy, right?
It is crazy.
But Alan Stiles posted something yesterday, and I think it was spot on.
What's that?
We're focusing so much on the failure comment. How about Giannis basically throwing the coach under the bus, saying, it's his scheme. I wanted to guard Jimmy Butler, but I didn't want to disrespect the coach, and it was a scheme. No, you're the DPOY. Jimmy Butler's cooking. You go take Jimmy Butler.
I don't know what that.
You just go do that.
Yeah,
you just go guard him.
Yeah.
You think Kobe Bryant would sit there and say, "Hey, Phil, I'm gonna just stick with no"? Kobe's gonna go guard Iverson.
Jordan told Phil that I'm guarding Kukoc.
Exactly.
That was what he said.
Oh, in the Olympics, he told Chuck Daly.
Chuck Daly.
I'm guarding Kukoc, and him and Pippen were fighting for that.
Yes,
I'm guarding him. So Let's go to Michael or Reno real quick. Chime in on the conversation. Michael, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, Bonte. Hey, Shasky.
What's up, Mike?
Just wanted to call in and kind of give my insight on what you guys are talking about, because I think everybody's getting so sensitive with the whole failure versus success, and let's take the feelings out of this. Let's look at how athletes think about success and failure, and let's look at how they look at every single season when they're going into something. Every single season, they want to have a successful season. What quantifies as a successful season? Winning the championship. So every year that you're not winning a championship, you, in essence, are failing. I know everybody wants to get sensitive about words and verbiage nowadays, but, every single season is
that's
a failure.
not one second. Like, I want to stop you right there. Like, the year that the Warriors, their first run with Steph Curry, when they went and they knocked off the Nuggets and then they lost in the second round to the Spurs, that was not a failure.
Right.
Like, you're fooling yourself if you didn't have tremendous pride and hope and promise, and that wasn't a giant step forward. That was not a failure. Come on.
No, I see where you're coming from, Shasky. I completely get what you're saying, but the thing is, it may be a step in the right direction, but was it an ultimate success? Was it the top of the pinnacle of where everybody wants to reach and where they want to be? I mean, that's what I'm just looking at it from my perspective. Now, I get this topic has so many different shades of gray that everybody has a different perspective on, but I just think people are getting so caught up in the whole word failure, and it's like, it was a failure. You're a high seed, and you did not complete the.
I agree.
Now,
with
the context
Michael.
of that,
I agree.
in that context, like, you were a top dog. This is your cycle.
Saying.
This is
how can that not be a failure when you're the 1 seed playing the 8 seed?
But he also missed almost 2 games.
Yeah, but you know what? You're still up. You're still, like you played in 2 games. Okay, you were up double digits in the last 4 minutes of game number 4. And you were on the floor. And you collapsed.
I agree.
You were up 18 late third quarter.
Out the ball at the end. I don't even know what you're doing.
I mean,
Grayson Allen.
Game 5, you're up 18 points. 18. And you failed. You get outscored in the fourth quarter. 32-16. In your building. You failed. As a team, you failed. Paul, Redwood City. I don't even think it's even that hard to go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, hey man. Hey, nothing but respect for what Giannis tried to do with his phrasing of how, success and failure is. I mean, he did try to dumb it down to like a normal working folk, like how we view it. But in all honesty, I mean, facts are facts, dude. It was a failure. Nobody goes into a season saying, "Hey, let's just give it our all and finish second." Like, nah. I mean, the expectations for the Bucks were right there. They had a healthy team. They came in, they balled out, and they fell short. It was unfortunate. If you ask Jordan, Magic, Larry, did they fail? If that question was asked to them, guarantee you they would have said it was a fail.
Absolutely. Think about Magic Johnson. They called him Tragic Johnson after the 84 NBA Finals when they lost his 7 to the Celtics. And he came up short. And he already had 2 rings in his pocket. And they're like, yeah, Magic, you failed. Think about this from this perspective. We want to talk about checkbook championships or whatnot. Bucks had the 3rd highest payroll in the NBA. 3rd highest payroll.
That's an older team.
3rd highest payroll. Number 1 seed. Best record in the NBA.
I know.
Victor Oladipo gets hurt in Game 4. Tyler Hero gets hurt.
Yeah.
Actually, Game 3, Victor Oladipo.
And Jimmy Butler just straight up outplayed everyone.
Oladipo got hurt in Game 3. So
Oladipo's kind of been an afterthought for them.
Yes, but he was playing well, though.
Yes, he
was
was
playing well off the bench.